I'm Jovan Shaw. Today, I'm the face of America. My name is Jovan Shaw. I am the Chief Impact Officer and co-founder of Profound Gentlemen, headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. And my job is to just make sure that we're getting more male educators of color in America so that young boys were able to see themselves in classrooms. When I was a kid, I used to go to work with my dad, and he worked at the juvenile detention center. And I just noticed the impact that he was making on these young boys' lives who were kind of like cast out of America. And I just noticed how much he really cared for them and just really put all of his heart into individuals who really, in a sense, are on like their last leg. And so just watching him and how he was able to develop other individuals, it inspired me to think about how do I want to show up in the community, how I want to show up in making sure that we make this world a better place, and what type of legacy will I actually leave on this earth. I just thought how important it is for us to continue to support those who are at a disadvantage. And so when I look at some of the things that are currently happening in today's society around black males, I know that one, they need to have educators who are there to help them to become and live out their purpose in life. So become greater citizens and live out their purpose in life. And I know that a lot of times they don't have the opportunities to be able to do that. And so male educators of color serve as that bridge so that they will be able to have those opportunities. And growing up in public schools too, I saw some of those disadvantages with my friends, where I had certain teachers who cared and they put me on a different trajectory than some of the rest of my friends. And I could say that it necessarily wasn't how smart I was that got me to where I am today. It's more so about some of the connections that I was able to make, and that maybe that one teacher saw that impact inside of me. And that's how I really got that bug to want to become an educator. Yeah, I'm definitely doing a job that politicians should be doing. And I would say that I think that we have to continue to push our politicians to think about this work and actually have empathy. I think that's one of the things that we technically lack in America today, is having empathy for one another and being able to see and hear someone's story. I know that one of the things I like, I can't remember who said the quote, but they talk about like if you hear somebody's story, you can't erase it from your memory, and you're able to connect to them a lot more. And I believe that like what we're doing currently right now is highlighting a lot of those stories so that politicians will be able to more so do their job. I know that they are partnering with us as well to be able to make these things happen, but it should just be a natural thing. Sometimes I think like nonprofits shouldn't have to exist to do the work if like we were naturally just doing these things. So I do believe that we definitely need to call out our politicians, local officials who are over certain districts, and helping them to be able to see this work. And I definitely think it takes empathy and our stories being told so that they will be able to see how the decisions that they're making are impacting a larger community. Currently, we've mentored over 300 male educators of color from around the country. We have 5 regions: Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago, Memphis, and DC, where Charlotte is our headquarters. Our job right now is to really continue to expand those services so that more male educators of color feel supported and welcome in the education system. One of the things that we like to do in PG is really focus a lot on individuality, authenticity, and vulnerability. So our core values spells out LAUGH. So spell out LAUGH: love, authenticity, unity, growth mindset, hope, and servant leadership. And we believe that all of these core values truly help our guys to show up in the classroom. And I think that's what we're really asking our guys to be able to do. We want them to focus on being individuals, but how do they show up? Where we can see different variances of like different male educators of color and different boys of color. sharing to the world that we're not monolithic, that there's not just one version of us, and typically there's just that one version that is molded to become a leader, and we're trying to like not say that everybody has to look this way to become a leader, but we could have, there's multiple ways of what leadership looks like and how it shows up in a physical form. And our job really through our core values, definitely that authenticity part is where I think that what we're doing as an organization is allowing guys to be able to show up. That's our special sauce, our glue to the organization. I think the one thing that I want young men to be able to know in life is that everything that they need is inside of them, and that they need people around them to be able to bring it out of them. So everything that you need is right in grasp. And oftentimes we don't know that, we don't believe in that. And for young boys, society tells us that, definitely young boys of color, society tells us that, you know, that we don't have this thing and that our hearts may be bad. But honestly, I know the good intention, I know how great our hearts are, I know how we're trying to develop as people, individuals, to be able to impact the world. And so all of that is inside of you, and it just takes people around you to help bring it out. So that's what I would tell young men.